Good morning to you. Here we go. Check this out. Today's coffee cheers is for real. This is legit. Morning coffee with Malan Darras. Coffee cheers, baby. What's up, you guys? Oh, nice and black. Yo, it's 8:39 in the morning, Monday, February 6th, and I've been up since 3:30 a.m. again. I went to sleep at 9, woke up at 3, tried to go back to sleep till 3:30, then just got up. So by 7 o'clock this morning, I had already woken up, did some work, and I went to the gym and set 2 personal records, one on the deadlift and one on the bench press, machine press. So got a huge head start on the day. If you're just now waking up, you got to get it together, man. Super, super amazing. I love the morning more. I used to be a nightlife guy, but that nightlife tried to kill me. So now I go to sleep at like 9, 10 o'clock, and I'm up 3, 4 in the morning, just like my grandparents used to do. We used to think they were crazy. Now I get it. So look, man, on this channel, I try to talk about music, marketing, and madness. And today we're going to talk about the weekend's madness. Whether you're a sports fan or not, surely you know that the Super Bowl went down yesterday. I'm not a football fan. I might have watched half of one game this year. But I decided to watch a stream of the Super Bowl online because Fox Sports did a free stream. Totally legit, didn't have to like find some weird Russian server that it was streaming on. And so I watched it. It's kind of boring. Watched about a quarter and just stopped watching it. Then I was doing other things. I checked back in and I saw that the Atlanta Falcons, they were playing the Patriots. I saw that the Atlanta Falcons were way out ahead by like 3 touchdowns and it was like 21-3. I thought, wow, this is a blowout. The game's over. Just didn't even really pay attention. Checked back maybe 30 minutes later, and it had started to change. The tides had started to turn, and Patriots had scored a touchdown. I was like, oh, maybe they'll make a comeback. And then I checked later, and they had scored 2 more times. Now it was 21-28 or something. And I said, oh, my God. So I sat down and I watched the rest of the game, just in case it was going to be one of those crazy comebacks. And oh my God, I wasn't disappointed. That was incredible. What a comeback, man. I think they said they scored 31 unanswered points or something crazy. That's really wild. So that was an amazing game. Blew my mind. I had so much fun watching the second half. I missed the first because it looked like a blowout and I had given up. And I almost fell into the trap of like the success guru, entrepreneur guy. I woke up this morning, I thought I could do a video about how you should never give up because Tom Brady didn't give up and he came back and won, and now he's the first quarterback to win 5 and the first coach to win 5 and the first ever Super Bowl overtime. And I had to talk myself out of it because I'm going to guarantee you that about 190 quote-unquote success entrepreneur gurus are going to write about that on their blogs today or on YouTube today and in the following week. So just prepare for it. I try to steer clear of the obvious bullshit these days. But here's what really blew my mind. This is the madness part I want to talk about. The game was great, okay? What blew my mind, the madness part, is how politicized the whole game was. It was so political. And I hate to get back into politics, but it's so crazy. I have to say something about it because it's madness. Every part of the game for weeks has been politicized because Tom Brady's a Trump fan, supporter, and so people that hate Trump are rooting for the Falcons, right? Which in and of itself is idiotic and stupid. It's just an idiotic way to live your life. Like, oh, Trump likes these guys or he supports Trump. I'm going for the Falcons. Yeah. Whatever. You're not going to change the world doing that. You can change the world by maybe being nicer to your family and planting a tree or something. But then the build-up to the Super Bowl, they were talking about Lady Gaga's awful performance or whatever she was going to do, dancing around in her underwear. Was she going to say something about Trump? Was she going to do a political thing? And she kind of did, but kind of didn't. Who really cares? But what really amazed me was how about halfway through the game at halftime, all of these people that don't like Trump, I'm talking about media people, like serious people with big platforms on Twitter and social media and television. They started tweeting and posting jokes about how This is what happens when you support Trump. And they showed the score to the game. It was like 21-3 at halftime. See, it's the Trump curse. Everyone who supports Trump, this is what happens to you. Everyone that Trump likes, this is what will happen to you. And it just started, it was really weird. Like I started seeing it. I was like, this is so weird. Like, what does Donald Trump have to do with the Super Bowl, man? And then as the tide started to turn and they started to come back, the Patriots started scoring and they started making this incredibly huge comeback and then ended up winning the game. Everyone that had previously tweeted these jokes went back and actually deleted the tweets because they were so embarrassed. And then they politicized the win by saying that the Patriots coming back was symbolic of Trump coming back and winning. And the whole thing, like the Patriots made this incredible achievement, 5 Super Bowls, first time ever, amazing comeback. And it was split down 2 political sides. It's absolute madness, man. So the people that were joking about Trump, saying, hey, he's an idiot, see what happens when he supports your team, you lose, they went and deleted their tweets. And people are finding them now and saying, hey, in case you lost this tweet, here's a screenshot of it, you moron. These are serious, these are like quote unquote legitimate media people with platforms, tens of thousands of followers and millions of viewers talking about this stuff. So childish and goofy and stupid and dumb, I can't believe it. I'm kind of sick of it, but it's also driving me nuts. I have to talk about it a little bit because I don't want to drag anybody down, but it's so prevalent right now. It's really blowing my mind. And so I love how they politicize the Super Bowl. I can't wait to see what they politicize next. Maybe it'll be, salmon versus trout. And if Trump is seen eating a piece of salmon, they'll be like, we support trout, boycott salmon, boycott salmon. It's the most incredible thing. Remember, no matter who was elected, everything that's going to happen in the background is still going to happen. They're just going to, if they're Republican, they do one set of things. They have their way for 4 years or 8 years. And if a Democrat wins, they come in and they get their way. Either way, half the country is pissed off. And what's really funny is, 8 years ago when Obama was elected, the conservatives went nuts. Oh, he's a Muslim. He's not from this country. Donald Trump himself was like, I demand to see his birth certificate. He has to show his birth certificate. And everyone, all the Democrats were like, you guys are morons. Like, this is the most petty, stupid thing. You guys are unintelligent. You need to accept that that we have the power now, and you just need to wait, and maybe you'll win next time, right? And then so 8 years later, Trump wins, and all the Democrats now are calling him a Nazi, a sexist, and a rapist, and all this crazy stuff. And none of it's true. He's sure he said some stupid things and got caught on camera, but I have too. You have too. If you're offended by the term "grab him by the pussy," and this is going to be shocking, maybe, but I will guarantee you that every male human in your life, including me, your father, your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, they've all said something much worse. And the chances are you have too. If you've lived any kind of an exciting life, especially when you were younger, imagine they had a camera or a microphone on you through your entire life and they went back 25 years and caught you saying that crazy thing that you were just joking around, but you said it. We've all said crazy stuff. Now, there's no excuse for it. It was shocking and an awful thing to say, sure, but it just cracks me up that now the people that were saying that the conservatives were stupid for challenging Obama for being a Muslim or whatever, now they're challenging Donald Trump, saying he's a racist, Nazi, Hitler, Russian puppet. It's just more of the same. It's just one side is winning, they're happy, the other side's mad. I don't know, it's madness. It's frustrating. Like I said, I've never really paid much attention to politics. I've never voted. I don't want to vote. I've been in some trouble in my life. I don't even know if I can vote right now. But even before I was in trouble, I never did. Because it's just a game. And it's a distraction. And what's really funny is to think of what are they doing? What are the powers that be really doing now that everyone's fighting about Trump and rioting in the streets? They say a parade is a great time to rob houses because everyone's out at the parade. So that's a great time to go to their house and take everything they have. And because a parade is a distraction, right? So I wonder, what if I wonder what's going on behind the scenes now that everyone's distracted with Trump versus Clinton versus Hitler versus Putin versus Mexico building a wall, like all this stuff. I have no idea. It's Monday. It's too much to think about. But listen to this. I'll wrap up with this. So anyway, the message is, I can't believe how much they politicized the Super Bowl. Amazing game, but I just can't believe how much it was politicized. But one good piece of news I'll leave you with. This is fascinating, and this is what we should all be talking about. Screw the football game. Screw politics and all this BS. I woke up this morning and Joe Rogan had tweeted, I'm going to pull it up. He tweeted this link to an article about last night. I don't know what time it happened, but while everyone's fighting about politics and the Super Bowl, there was a gigantic fireball spotted in the Midwest sky that may have landed in Lake Michigan. And I'm looking at this article. The article is on Detroit Free Press. So if you Google Fireball, Detroit Free Press, you'll see what I'm seeing. And it said hundreds of eyewitness reports, and they've got videos of it, surveillance cameras, iPhone cameras, everything. Hundreds of people shared videos, and I watched them all. It's incredible. The American Meteor Society has received more than 200 reports. Another report, so this huge fireball comes out of the sky. Everyone sees it, and it crashes into, they think it crashed into Lake Michigan. It's either it's a meteor or a fireball of some sort, but they said there was no sound. It didn't explode or make a sound. It was just a huge fireball that came through the sky and may or may not have landed in Lake Michigan. It says there is no indication yet of what caused the fireball or confirmation of where it landed, but the AMS projects a geometric impact point on the north side of Lake Michigan, just west of Crystal Lake. So if you live in Michigan and you don't know about it, go check it out. Like I think this stuff is crazy. While we're all so focused on the drama and the problems of our day-to-day lives, you have to remember we're spinning on a globe, on this round thing that's flying through space at a zillion miles an hour. And there's black holes and universes and galaxies, and there's the sun that if it gets too hot, if you look at it directly, it takes away your eyesight. It makes you blind. If it goes away, it makes you sad and it gets cold. And if the sun were to go out, the whole planet would die. And then there's this moon that causes the waves to move, and we don't even know what the rest of it is. They keep discovering more and more and more things that prove that we have no idea what we're talking about when we talk about the universe and the place we live. So if you want to focus on something, focus on that. I do. That's what I like to spend my time on, But lately, this political stuff keeps creeping in, and I'm even getting sucked into it, but I'm trying to pull myself out. But if you want something to focus on, look at the Fireball article. Check that out. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, I'm at 13 minutes. I think I've said everything I need to say. I could probably get into a bunch of other stuff, but I just don't have time. I'm running a campaign in the background, and I kind of need to check what's going on with it because it's pretty high volume. If you don't know what that is, I'll try to explain it in another video. Anyway, I wanted to check in with you guys because I'm having a lot of fun with the new setup, with the mic, the camera, and I've got my light up there. Doing it in more of a very short podcast type of thing. The vlogs are too intrusive, like recording your entire day and showing the entire day. That's too intrusive for me. It's too time consuming. Maybe someday I'll get like a Gary V cameraman to follow me around and document my whole life. But for now, I'm not really down for that. So I like doing it like this, just speaking what's on my mind. Hopefully you say something that someone can use. And if not, maybe make you laugh. Or if nothing else, just give you something to do while you're wasting time. Either way, love you for tuning in. I hope you have a great week. It's Monday. Let's see what you can make happen. I'm going to make some more coffee. Coffee cheers to all of you. And as always, I will see you in the future.